The book, Death of England, by Roy Williams and Clint Dyer. It's about family, mourning, and exploring like your heritage and what it means to be British. It says, in a state of heartbreak, Michael confronts the difficult truths about his father's legacies and the country that shaped him, England. Hence the title, obviously. Why did I say that? At the funeral, unannounced and unprepared, Michael decides it's time to speak. Look how beautiful this cover is. I want to say his name is Rafe Spall. Legend. I'm hoping it is monologue worthy for my Component 3 exam, because I'm running out of time to decide what it is. Anyway, shall I read it and stop talking? Yes. I must have looked like a cadaver, but one with eyes determined not to close, ever. Determined to create or recreate the best sale, the best service, just like him, just like he would do. Then a customer pops into view like a long overdue bus. He was a small, weaselly kind of fellow, in a Burberry knockoff Mac. He looked somewhere between an 80s football hooligan and the manager of a Pret-a-fucking-manger. So, what can I get for you, mate? I say with one of my winning smiles. Makeup flowers, want to get laid flowers, or I've spunked me pay on these Gigi's flowers. Nothing back from him, like talking to a pane of glass. I could almost see my breath on his coldness. Oh, judging from that boat race of yours, I would say, it's the please forgive me, I love you flowers. Is that right? Oh, well, that's why what you've done. I'm not judging you, my friend. Let me get these for you. With my back turned, I could hear his eyes rolling on me. I had to win him over. But my Charlie alcohol-ridden body was sweating out my shame. It's all right, mate. You can trust me. I won't tell a soul. You want to see me more like coming to a confession and paying for some flowers? It's like your penance. Whatever it is, like I said, don't tell me. I don't need to know. Just whatever it is. If you want my advice, if it's up to you at the end of the day, take it or leave it, but it's going for free. So, if I was you, I'd take it. The advice says, if I were you listening to me. Saying, if I were you, get it, no, mind. I do go on a bit, and this is usually the bit when I say my missus keeps telling me I go on too much. But seeing as I ain't got a missus, I can't. Well, that's not strictly true, I do have a missus of sorts. We're just working stuff out at the moment, you know how it is. Well, of course you do. You are buying some of my finals. I love you, please forgive me for your messes. I broke him. His face creased, and then he came over like Mama from heaven. A fucking smile from ear to ear. He was mine, the cunt. He was coming back for sure. Dad would have been proud. I mean, you wouldn't be buying them for my missus now, would you? Would you? Only messing, mate, only messing. Now, where was I? Oh, that's it, my advice to you. In times like these, what you have to do is throw yourself at the mercy like this. Throw yourself at the mercy of the court. Whatever it is, whatever you've done, hold your hands up, cough it up, plead guilty, all that. Tell her you love her. It's all about giving her control. They love that. The idea of them having your balls in their hands every time. Works once in a while. Works a treat. Let them have it, I say. What can I do? Here you go, Chief. Call it a pony. Then, just like that, his face changed, all downcast. As quick as a finch passing your window, and then he said, caught me off guard, it did. I didn't realise. He's a fucking regular. I hadn't twigged. My condolences. He says, rubbing his greying beard, like it's a cure for cancer. Shit, my eyes started to well. I begged him to recede, just for a bit till he's gone. Don't cry, I told myself. Yes, thank you, mate. Means a lot of cheers. When's the funeral? That's like ordering a pizza of Franco fucking Manca. I wanted him gone. Now fuck off with you. Week on Wednesday. We're hoping it draws a big crowd. We know what kind of man he was. I should say. I hope to see you there at the church. Then he looked to the floor and I could see him biting his lip and his brow furrowed like a British bulldog. He was proper your dad. I had a lot of respect for him. Wish I had a dad like him. He then shoved the money in my hand and was off, Usain Bolt style. It was going to be a long day. If we'd have shot, I swear the sign would never be shit. I never got it, you know. I'm standing outside with a little bit of shelter from the weather with these stalls, and I'm looking in front, across the road, and it's a fruit and veg shop, and the sign's half falling off. I mean, it's his signature in it. It's your moniker, you know. It's like a man and his shoes in it. Shit shoes, shit moves. Every girl knows that, am I right? You don't know. Same with signs. If my dad could have gotten a shop, the sign would have been mint. My school had a great sign. Tell you a story about a sign. It was the big sign that they had hanging over the gates to our school, the school crest. Now, before I begin, it was Delroy's idea, not mine. Oh no, Delroy. He was the mastermind that wanted to pull it down. Dad used to go to the school as well, and he was talking of boys pulling it down and running off with it. It was sort of the school ritual back in the day, although it hadn't been done in years, according to our history teacher, Mr. Quinn. The way Delroy saw it, it was like Mr. Quinn was daring us, if not the whole class, to do it, to take the sign. It was our last year at school. We might as well be remembered for something. So, we nicked it. We borrowed a ladder from the school caretaker. I held it up from the bottom as Delroy climbed his way up. Easier than I thought. The emblem wasn't even fastened that well onto the wall anyway. Bit of sticky tape, held together from the last time some boys took the sign down. That sums up how cheap our school was, doesn't it? The way I think me and Delroy saved someone's life by taking it, because Delroy was going on at the top of the ladder about it being all wobbly and that, then the school loaders, and how they'd pay us back. They ended up giving us 2 days suspensions and double detentions when we got back. It was a nice little thing with a large crow in the full flight up in the middle, made of brass, heavy as a foot. Delroy told me to hold my hands out with that laid-back roadman flicking a chin. Not to be outdone in roadman cool, I rolled a middle finger at my fist and said, "Dream on, rude boy," while checking for any Babylon. I had to climb up the ladder and we both had to bring it down gently. We just wanted to nick it. We weren't vandals or nothing. Fuck knows what we wanted to do with it after. We got it, but down. No point in putting it back up. No point at all. If no one knows about what you did, the teachers had to notice it was gone. The headmaster got to at least pull a stroke and that. So we took it to the park, shared a stiggy like we always do, and waited. Now, the best part of any plan, actually the worst part of any plan, is the unknown factor. Something that you couldn't ever predict, no matter how smart you are, comes into play. Now, I ain't saying me and Delroy are a couple of Stephen Hawkins here, but we did a pretty swish job, if I may say so, of taking down the school sign without anyone noticing, all during the school break. Anyway, where was? Ah, yes, the unknown factor. In other words, Delroy's mum. She saw us in the park, all 5'10" of her, full of noise like all of them black women on full volume are. After what I thought was a small encounter, she marched me all the way to my dad's stall. This was not the usual move for a woman, but this was Denise. British born, but was taken to Jamaica out on her regs like. Loved her lovers Rob, but she could kill some dutter rag out on the dance floor, I bet. She had a gold tooth that you only saw when she smiled, which for me was not too often. Thin, well-kept laundry, and she was fit, as in hot. Even then, I'd have loved to have gone a few rounds, but I knew I'd be going down in the first. No split decision there. Anyway, she flicked the dread from her face and launched in. "Your boy and my boy weren't at school today. You know why?" In that half cockney, half Quato way. My dad shakes his head and folds his arm, not even looking at me. "No, but I don't need Mystic Meg to know you aren't going to tell me why." With a rude girl tilt of her head and a lift of her eyebrows, she replied, "You see that big sign they have over the school of the main gates, the crest?" "Yeah, I know it. I went to school there as well. Well, it ain't there now. It's gone. It's been nicked. Someone pulled it down. Your son nicked that sign and dragged my boy into it. Finally, he takes me in with a glare of disapproval and pride. I looked away, playing with the chrysanthemum that I found to love. How do you know it was even him? Could have been your boy's idea. Why are you dragging my lad into it? No offence. I didn't know what was annoying her more, her dreadlock falling across her face, or my dad giving her like a hard brush from her now hot face. No offence what? She shot back at him. No offence nothing, it's what we say, innit? We. Yeah, we, you, me, everyone. Don't be so touchy. Her face parted and I could feel the temperature rise. I ain't touchy. It's not even about the sign. Me and Delroy have had words about that. I saw them, our boys in the park, smoking God knows what, laughing about what they did. When I challenged them on it, your son, your little boy, called me a black bitch to my face. Now, I admit, not right, I know, but fair dues, I was only 15. And Delroy's mum does love to go on when she gets a roll going, and it's hard to break her up. Only something personal, like calling her that, would do it. I ain't saying it's right, but it worked. It shut her up good. Whoa, danger, Will Robson. Whoa, that is hardcore. Her voice started to wobble, and like a stitch after running, I felt a pang of guilt. I was cussing my boy when him say that, for bunking off school and stealing things that don't belong to him. I didn't even business with your boy, till he come out with that. My boy goes to church. Fucking Hitler went to church. To cut a long story short, it was all about to kick off. Why don't you go and protest outside the town hall like the rest of your mob? Leave me alone and let me grapple, yeah? I don't know what you're talking about, she growled, now letting the stray deadlock fall on her face. Rights for whites, England first, all that bullshit. Oh, take a swing and fuck off. Give me the big I am. I mean, who the fuck? I mean, Jesus H. They were now almost touching. They were so close. Like you want to take a swing? She inquired. Dad pulled his neck right in, a little ashamed of himself. Leave off. I'm better than that. Denise just loud fucking phone. Oh my god. Jesus. Where am I? You're better than that. That's right. Now fuck off. And you wonder why we're forever at the town hall protesting. She didn't say it, but all I heard was, "You're racist." And that got it. So, because Aunt Cross is tick-started, like little thing his lip did when he felt on the ropes. Here we go, every time, it's regular. He put to her with much disdain. I've been living in Essex all my life. I'm not having it from you. Pipe down. Talk to your boy. They looked straight at me. I just want to be swaddled and put in a pram. Don't tell me what to do. Will you please talk to your boy? She insisted. You bet your sweet life I'm talking to him. You think I want my wars at my stall with my neighbours? His tick now, permanent wobbling grimace. My boy will get the blame for this, you know that. My boy will get the blame. And she was right. I knew it. Dad knew it. We all knew it. I remember your boy. Good footballer. She cocked her head back with a knowing look and replied, he's also good at maths. I will speak with Michael. He answered, looking across from me with disdain. You do that. Also looking at me with disdain. By the way, your hair's nice. Fuck you. And that was it. From then on, me and Delroy, both our families became entwined. I would go round to Delroy's and his mum would feed me the hottest Jamaican patties ever. I'm no expert on Jamaican patties or anything, but jeez, they were hot. I thought she was doing it on purpose, you know, payback for the school and all that. But I then look over at Delroy's face and he was suffering and all, making her ass burn and everything. Tasty though, has to be said. You won't want anything else that day after one of Delroy's mum's patties. I almost felt ashamed when he would come round to bars. I love my mum, but she was not the best cook. It has to be said, he was that. He was the dogs in the kitchen. He was the dog's bollocks. Sunday lunch was his triumph. He could do a mean lamb roast, our dad. But you can't have roast lamb every day, can you? Most nights it was fish and chips, pizza, and whatever was left in the freezer. Delroy was always good at pretending he was enjoying our food. I felt for him. Not only did he have to deal with that, but he had my fucking bleeding sister Carly giving an earache. Right fucking bully Carly. Amount of times Mum and Dad had to go to school and speak to a teacher about her. Delroy was a gent. You don't hit girls, but boy, there were times when I wanted him to make an exception in Carly's case. Especially when she was dropping one bad joke after another about him being coloured. I think she's got the licence because Dad does it, but at least he's supple, not in front of the boys. Time and place for that, he always said. Carly was full of shit though. She had the serious melt for Delroy from the moment she clapped eyes. Can't get enough of him. All that racist lie was a front because she knows Dad would lose his nut. Crazy bitch. She always wanted approval from him. Then again, we all did. Time and a place, though. Dad was all about time and place. Whatever him and right-wing nutjob mates would come round the house and discuss how they take our country back from the blacks. Mum would send us out with a tenner to buy McDonald's and stay there. Time and place. When Delroy and I had a falling out over who broke my Nintendo and we had a fight about it, Dad made me go back out and fight him again and keep fighting him until I won. I never did. Time and a place. All those times he would cover my ears at Leighton Orient whenever they aimed their shit at a black player. Time and a place. But never at his store. Black, Asian, yellow, it didn't matter to him who bought flowers. Not a jot. He kept his black this, cheeky that shit to himself. Time and a place. And when we were told we were going to have a referendum that long bleeding last on Europe, oh, no stopping him. No stopping any of them. It was like he was let out of prison. They all were. We're going to take our country back. Immigrants out and all that. It meant fuck all to me, but him, oh my word. Every conversation he had on that store, the month leading up to it, he did the worst business in years. I never wondered why or he refused to. The Leave voters win and now the Tories don't know their ass from their elbow. Nationalism, eh? Well, he paid for that. England for the English, he'd say, like he'd never read a fucking book. Like he'd never watched Passage to fucking India. He bloody cried. Oh. Tried to make out he didn't, but I saw him. Like he didn't love Mo Farah. Nationalism. Brexit and then came the World Cup. Southgate and his men, well boys, and we start so well, don't we? Sorry, it's just, well, you know, semi-final. I clocked off from work at 5. Dad was already in the Duke, making sure he could reserve a couple stools in the front. Dad hated standing up. I told him we could watch the game at home, but he weren't interested. He wanted to see it on the big screen, and he was desperate for some England glory. Not his own glory, not himself, made himself proxy glory. The kind where all you have to do is shout a bit and you can claim you did it type of glory. He wanted it. He needed it. Nationalism. Type of glory. Nationalism. Not to be confused with patriotism. He wanted to feel better than the rest, more powerful, more dominant, like the old days. But I'm happy too, the old published jubilant. Look at his shirts, they look like tablecloths, he joked. Can't believe he's still playing sterling for his shit at England. Now looking serious, almost violent, I thought I'd try to calm him down. He's low on confidence, ain't he? He's low on fucking Englishness, he sharply replied, swinging his third pipe. All them racist threats and stuff on Twitter can't help, can it? He turned and looked at me with such, well, disgust, and I laughed at him, embarrassment. Let's just watch the game, son. 5 minutes in. 5 fucking minutes. Trippier was up for the free kick. I thought I could read him. He plays for bloody Spurs. You could read them like a book. He was on target. He was going to kick it low. He was going to kick it hard. But nowhere near the sodding goal. I just bloody know it. Who knew? Who the fuck knew he was going to sweep the ball over the wall like that into the top corner? Fucking who? Dad was beaming like a Christmas tree. We'd won the referendum and football was finally coming home. We were English. We believed. Yes, but... and English. Being bloody English. We spent so much time passing ourselves on the back. We left the bleeding croats slowly crawl themselves back up our arse and cause untold damage. And damage they did. 22 minutes left. 22 bleeding minutes away from being in our final since 66. 22. And they worked us. They played us right off the pitch. And as soon as I turned my back to the game, I was going for an overdue / Croatia scored. And it was like someone turned a tap with my dad's ankles, releasing all the blood. Dad, it's okay. We can pull it back. But then we started playing like old England. Long balls and bad touches, and Dad was getting more and more wound up. Someone show a little quality, will ya? We're better than this. We're English. Dad's heart broke when the next one went in. That should have been my first clue. He was starting to sweat and losing another button on his shirt. Hindsight, eh? The rest of the game was torture. Absolute torture. 3 lions? More like 3 kittens. I joked with Dad about this could have been a metaphor for us leaving the EU. Again, he gave me one of them evil, devilible stares. He was not impressed. Like I wanted to remain or something. He still wanted to know which way I voted. I've been telling him it was my business. But he looked so down. Leave, Dad, leave, of course, my eyes quivering under the weight of my lie, but he didn't buy it. I kept telling him, I'm leave all the way, I'm leave all the way. I thought if I told him I didn't vote at all, that would have finished him off. I didn't have time for the way he used to get my back up about it. Leave, my mate, who gives a shit? I said whatever to shut him up. All I wanted was a sorry excuse for the game to end. Torture! He said, leaning right up against me, like he was going to sleep. Oh my God, I can't even read. Like he was going to sleep, which is what I thought that he was. Mum went crackers when I told her that. How could you think he was sleeping, she whispered broken. Not bleeding, doctor. That's why he looked peaceful, just lying on me, all tragic and that. 'Cause the way he felt about football, England, I should have known. I gave him a minute, plenty of time for the rest of the pub to clear out, then we would go. It didn't take me long, I swear, to know Dad weren't sleeping. Well, he was sleeping in a way, you know what I mean. According to the doc, it was his heart gave out, no drama. It just stopped beating, sayonara and all that. It happens more than you think. The heart stops, you stop, Dad stopped. Fucking England. You think they'd fucking give him a proper send-off, you know? If that was his time to go, the World Cup final, us versus France, something like that. I mean, that is all they could muster from my dad. After years of watching, total belonging, that shower was to be his last game. Alan Fletcher. Thank God. By the way, you have one fucked up sense of humour, you know that? You come from an England game. That England game. What a vicious cunt you are. I mean, it's wrong. I'm not sure how long I held in my arms while waiting for the ambulance. I didn't cry, that came later. Everything came later. Part 2. Family kitchen. That's how it was that night. My phone just kept ringing and ringing. It was Mum, wondering where the two of us were, what was keeping us. She knew what the score was and knew Dad would not be happy. I don't know why I didn't answer, kept her hanging. I suppose I couldn't believe it. I needed a breather to take it all in. Is that so wrong? What the who the fuck wants to tell their mum their husband keeled over without warning? I don't want to see the face she does. All my life, like I remember my bike, when Delroy broke it, I knew he didn't do it on purpose. I didn't care, but the old man was not having any of it. I stood here, right in the middle of his kitchen, as he lectured me on, it's our country, not theirs, they should learn their place, all the usual. Mum just stood behind like she does, and she did not say a word. She just stood, with that disapproving look on her face. She drove me mad with it. That was the same face she had on when I walked in there that night to tell her about Dad. She wanted to know if I was on the piss again. Before I could even answer, she's telling me she does not blame Evelyn, my wife, ex-wife for leaving me. Mum knows where to strike, believe me she does. Mentioning my bitch of an ex-wife is going to get me going, and Mum knew that. But it weren't time for that. I had to tell her about Dad. I had to cut her off from all the usual shit, i.e. pick up on Mark all day. Mum, don't you want to know where Dad is? I said, trying to sound like a grown-up but sounding younger and younger with each syllable. You can put my head on a stick later, alright? Well, alright then. Yeah, right, Carly. Yeah, bang on. Yeah, I wasn't bloody thinking. Have I skipped a page? Oh shit, I skipped a page. You can put my head on a stick later, alright? My eyes started to well and I could see she noticed. She became so still, like a waxwork, and she asked, There? That is what I was trying to tell you, Mum. Give me your hand. And her my mum's hands did some naughties, and she knew that. And just looked blankly at my sweaty palm. Just give me your hand, Mum. Why? She whispered. Mum, please just give me your hand. Something bad's happened. I wanted to curl up in a ball. I just wanted to have her hold me and to tell me, I don't know what, but something, anything that meant I was not an adult. And man, I froze. Michael, for fuck's sake! She exclaimed now, scared out of her mind, her eyes darting as what might to follow. Dad was in the pub. I know he was in the pub. He was in the sodding pub with you. He had a heart attack or something. She just stared at me, eyes wide. Heart attack. He had a bleeding heart attack. It came out of nowhere and he died. I said it. It fell out of my mouth like a large black lump of iron, but her face didn't move an inch. He's dead. I'm sorry, Mum. Mum, did you hear? And there it was, the same look she had when I told her and Dad about Delroy busting my bike. The same look she had when I told her that Evelyn wanted a divorce. Like I had done something. Like I had killed Dad. I mean, what the fuck? And if that weren't enough, I had Carly standing there with her, either side of me, hate in stereo, bitches in stereo. I knew out of order. I know, out of order, but that's how I felt. What happened? I don't know, Mum. His heart just gave out. Why didn't you call? I don't know. I knew. I was scared of you, but I wasn't going to say that, was I? You don't know, she quizzed, as Carly started to pace around like a Doberman dog, trying to work out who to bite first. I needed to think. He's my husband, she said, now clearly finding it hard to breathe. Mum, I know. Don't you think I know? He's your husband, but he was my dad. He was my dad as well, Carly yelled, her face full with blood. Oh, here it comes. Here comes Carly. I parried meekly with, Michael? Well, don't start, all right? Just don't start. I weren't thinking. You never think. Well, all right. Yeah, right, Carly. Yeah, bang on. I wasn't bloody thinking. I turned to Mum and she was wilting badly, aging by the second like in some sort of fairy tale. Mum, just let me hold your hand, will ya? I want to see him. She was moving away from me. Of course, of course. Do you want me to take you? I'll take a taxi. She looked up at me, hollow with grief, like I did it. Like I had, in a fit of Oedipal rage, struck my father down to claim his space. Mum, come on, please. You don't need a taxi. I'll take you to him. Just let me, please. I'm sorry. I can't believe that's all you have to say, piped in Carly, smelling blood. Well, you'll be alright, Mum. No, of course it'll be alright. See, I beat you to it, Carly. I should have known you'd say something like that. Yeah. Fuck you and all that, sis. Sorry, Mum. So sorry. I'm just sorry. I didn't know what to do. Do you want to see him or what? Wanker. Carly, can you do me a favour, please, Carly? Just close your mouth. Carly, just stop talking. It was my dad as well. I'm sorry, Mum. I know I kept saying it. But what else do you want me to say? What else, eh? Yeah, I know. I bloody knew you wouldn't take her side. Sweet little Carly. Always the way. Not so sweet. Going behind you and Dad's back. Yeah, tell Mum that, sis. Tell them all about it. You and Delroy and your weekends away in Blackpool. Yeah, Mum, her and him. What are you going to say about that, yeah? It's like we can't help ourselves, we Fletchers. We always love a rock, no matter what. Where or who with. Mostly with each other, though. Though I couldn't believe how silent we all were when I drove him to the hospital. Carly with a death ray stares at me. Mum doing nothing, just staring out into space. Not a single expression on her face. Even when she saw him, when she leaned in and gave him a kiss on the head, she asked me, what happened? Over and over. I mean, what the fuck does she want me to say? The old man and I had another fight. We went right at it, causing him to keel over or something, and I went in for the kill, and then his heart or something gave him. Does that paint a prettier picture for her? I'm sick and tired of not knowing what she wants. You could have knocked me down with the number 3 bus when she started laughing. It happened after I brought her home, made her a tea, told her I would take after Dad. I would look after her, the whole family, make her proud, make the old man proud. I would be Alan Fletcher's son. And I've never seen her laugh so much, not since Only Fools was on. The episode with Delboy falling arse over tit through the bar. You're cramping my style, Trigger. That did it for every time, she said, over and over and would not stop. I saw tears in her eyes, from all the laughing. The fucking laughing at me. Even Carly didn't know what to do with herself. I didn't want another rock, far from it. I didn't have the strength. What, Mum? What? What is it? What's so funny? She came with it. All of it. Both barrels. You? Looking after me? Looking after the family? You can't even look after yourself. That I may be Alan Fletcher's son, his only boy, but I'm not him. I will never be him. All I am is a disappointment. All I do is fuck things up. My job, my wife. What do you believe in, Michael? Tell me. What do you stand for? Like your dad stood for? What do you believe? She had me there. She really had me. What do I believe in? I don't know. All the stuff he said, immigrants, blacks, Muslims, fucking Brexit, Conservative Labour, the UN, global warming, bloody Corbyn, harvesting Mars, free trade, the IMF, war on terror, NHS, porn laws, burkas, Me Too, minimum wage, pedo priest, Donald Orange, Trump. I heard. I nodded. But what do I believe? Fuck knows. How do you know? I didn't know. I mean, at the end of the day, does it actually matter? I don't know, Mum. So what does it matter what I do or don't do, or what I do and don't believe? We're family and I love you. I love you all, even Mouthy Carly over there. I love you all. I want to take care of you. I want to take care of the stall. Now, Mum was listening, and all through that, I could tell she was listening. She never put it in like she normally does. But I had to go and say it. I had to talk about the stall, Dad's flower stall. And if her first rant was bad, this was a pure, incredible Hulk rant. All £1,000,000 of it coming down on me, from Mum's mouth to my ears. The stall is nothing to you. You had your chance to run it. You had your chance to look after it when he was alive. You broke your dad's heart that you didn't want it coming out with you. You have to find your own way in life. The stall, you said, was not good enough for you. You would rather piss your life running around after Delroy, acting like a bleeding black man that was you with the chat. Mum weren't thinking. Mum weren't making any sense. She was just launching everything coming out of her head on me. Pure Hulk. You didn't want it before. What makes you think I'm going to give it to you now? What is it that you think you can do? Be a better seller than your dad? Only in your mind, boy. Go on, get out. Get out of my sight. Go back to your black mates. Go back to Delroy's. Be one of them, carrying on with their noise, thinking the whole world owes them a living. Be like the rest of them, who think they're better than the rest of us. They're bleeding well out like it. Well, go on, Michael. What are you waiting for? Don't just stand there like you've wet yourself. Go, I want you out of here. Just go. Even Carly had to calm her down. She was shouting at me so much. Mum lost the power of speech. Shocking. Carly had to take us to the living room, put her feet up on the sofa. It's funny, I knew she loved him, but I didn't realise that much. That it was so tight, the two of them. They were a unit. How any of us could do that, I wonder, be that tight with someone. No one else matters. I know I couldn't. Of course not. Got fucking divorced. What good am I? Who's gonna want me? Need me? Who? Use what for? Part 3. The funeral chapel. Look, just get off, yeah? I've got things to say. He was my dad as well, alright? Just rein it in, everyone. Just calm it down, alright? I have things I want to say. So take a seat, please. Just sit yourselves down. Go on. Thank you. Oh, not so hard now, was it? Nice to see everyone. I mean it. I always knew my dad was a popular bloke. And here you all are. Family and friends. How nice. It fills me right up that you all believe that my dad, salt of the earth, was top drawer. I mean, look at you. It's not about who knew my dad, who didn't know him, more like. Yeah, there was a lot to love about my dad. That old bastard. Oh, put your face back, Carly, yeah? My sister, the fuzzbot. Ain't he said bastard? It's a word. It's in the dictionary. Look it up. Anyway, where was... Oh, yeah, my dad. The proper... Let me give you an example. When I was little, he took me to the footy. He would cover my ears like this whenever the other black blokes would shout black this, black that to all the coloured players. It would stop me hearing, but he couldn't stop me from seeing bananas being thrown at them. I mean, what was that, my dad would say? Where was the sense? On and on. He would go on and on about all that. all the way, house every game, time and place, he'd say. Even when that stopped, he would go on about it. I'd got to the point that when I got older, I thought, if you hated it so badly, why didn't you say something? Why didn't you tell your mates to stop? Never mind covering my bleeding ears. He says, will you just sit down? What is the matter with you? Where was I? So you've made me miss my train of thought. Or is it chain? I don't know. Anyhow, suppose what I mean is Dad loved his footy. He lived for the Orient, World Cup, Euros, all that. Yeah, I mean, cause we still believe, we still have hope, cause we're England, cause we invent the game, it's ours, it belongs to us, right? All that crap. And like dogs, we lick it up, we lick it clean. Seriously though, let's face it, let's face some facts, we are shit. We are shit at everything. Not my words, the old man's. Because England now is nothing but an island of shit, crawling its way up the arse of the likes of Theresa May, fucking Farage, red bleeding Corbyn, and don't even get me started on a fat orange cunt in the White House. Oh, was that a bad word? Should I have not said that? Well, orange. Orange. The rest of us, nothing but flakes. Flakes of shit trying desperately to hang on. It's no use looking at me like that, sis. It was his words, not mine. You know that. Only when he was pissed. That's when the truth came out. You want to know what he all thought of you? Yeah? Well, get ready till you have your minds blown. He hated you. He hated every single one of you. I mean, take Carly. His own daughter, my sister, he couldn't stand seeing you living off benefits of the rest of your life, bleeding this country dry, dropping your knickers at the first sight of a bit of black cod. Dad's words, Carly. Are you listening to me? Your new bloke, Andy. First white bloke you've ever dated who blames the immigrants for everything. Going on and on about foreign players running the English game, killing it. Andy, what are you talking about? The only reason foreign players came over it is because England players are so rubbish. We've been rubbish since '66. Wake up, will you, yeah? Who do you think built your house 14 hours a day below the minimum wage? English? You're having a laugh. If our English players weren't so up themselves all the time, picking up their fat cheque at the end of the week, they would learn that from the foreign players, like learning how to pass the bleeding ball as well as keep it, maintain the midfield, be creative, fucking press. Don't throw a wobbly now. This is Dad's drunk talking, not me. Delroy. My best mate. His parents came over here from Jamaica. I bet he went and voted for fucking Brexit. Fucking leaver he is. I mean, Jesus H, Delroy. I mean, what is the matter with you? When they want a curb on immigration, who do you think they're talking about? Delroy, I love you. Like a brother. But you may sound like us, act like us, but you will never be one of us. And deep down you know that. You have to. Because this is England we're talking about. Banana throwing on the pitch is not regular, but mark my words, the anger is still there. It's coming out in droves. It's making a comeback. Or maybe you choose not to. Eh? Delroy? Delroy, mate. It's not me. It's my dad talking. Or maybe it ain't. I don't know anymore. Anyhow, start as I mean, I suppose. My older sister Lisa, and her ever so friendly but so patronising it hurts liberal lefty union mates, who think they know us, so down with us, yet seem to care less about us than the bleeding Tories, liberals who think a Cockney accent is verbal suicide, a council flat destitution, and whose greatest marker of success is how far they can live away from us. And you know what? This is going to make you all laugh, it really will. It wasn't just you Dad hated. Dad hated himself. And so he should. Always upset, always complaining, but never once got up from his arse and did anything about it. He never marched for anything or anyone. He would cover up my ears in the terraces, but he would never tell his mates to stop. I'm no better. Dad hated me because I'm gutless. Because I would rather have 10 pints than stand for something. And Dad wanted me to stand for something. He wanted me to be better than him. How the hell was I supposed to do that, Dad? Because it's toss what the likes of us think, because they don't care. They don't want to know what we say. They don't want to know what we do, and we fight, don't we? Because that is the only thing we are good at doing, smashing things up, people's claret everywhere. blaming everyone who's not English for our troubles when it comes to that. We are world bleeding champions. And Carly, that is not Dad talking, that is me, your brother. But don't worry, don't you fret, because come tomorrow I won't remember a thing about this. No one will. I mean, I'm just another stupid, drunk Englishman. Who cares about him? We might as well have a rock in that case. It's the English things to do, innit? So let's have it! Blackout, carnage. He basically jumps in the crowd and just beats the shit out of them at the funeral. Part 4. Wow. I say that one thing for Delroy. He can hit. I mean, fucking hell. It was all of that boxing he did when we were kids, the Recton Club. Every Thursday night for a year, Delroy could have turned professional if he hadn't have fucked up the last fight of his. Under 16, ABA. The first 2 rounds, he had it in the bag. Delroy's uppercut is a thing of beauty. He was laying one after the other on this guy. Fucking class. He had him. He really had him. And he would have kept him right in that corner, right where he would have had him wearing that belt if only he kept himself on the job. He took a step back, 1 step too many, gave the kid plenty of room to get himself back into the fight. It was jab, 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 uppercut. He fucking floored him. Delroy was down. No way he was getting back up. He couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it. The whole lot of us are there. Dad, Mum, Carly, of course. Dad borrows a mate's van and everything. We crossed the fucking river for that fight. And for what? See what? There was busted up face lying on a canvas, covered in blood and sweat. What a letdown that night was. The only one of us who could be bothered to look at him was Carly. Her eyes were all over him, like the state he was in. It was a real turn-on for her. I mean, really, Delroy was stacked. He looked after himself, but all that shiny sweat on his ripped black skin was a real turn-on for her. I mean, sweat smells. It really stinks and that got my little sister to pull a fake like she was going live. Whatever flicks her switch, I suppose. Whilst Delroy was going at it on my face earlier, I could see Carla from the corner of my eye glaring over. Nothing was coming out of her mouth. No, Delroy, stop! He's still my brother. Don't hurt him. If I didn't know better, I'd say she was grinning, like she wanted Delroy to hammer the granny out of me. I mean, thanks, sis. I know we're not close in that, but you know, blood is still blood. It's my face she's caving in. Oh, what the fuck was I complaining about? I deserved every punch for what I did. I managed to get one slap in though. It landed right on the side of Delroy's nose. Knocked him back a little, but more importantly, it gave me time to pull away and get the fuck out of Dodge. I could hear Mum screaming, "You're a disgrace! Your father would be ashamed!" Now let me tell you, if I had known then what I had now about Dad, oh wonderful old man, my little rant would have been, let's just say, a little different. Yeah, it would have been a right royal fuck off one. A proper rant. It all started here, in fact. Here, right here, while nursing my wounds, whilst Mum's screaming still ringing in my ears, feeling like I made a proper arse out of myself, ruining the memory of Dad in front of everyone he loved and who loved him. I could see him coming, walking up to me. It was roughly about 80 seconds away, this bloke. 80 seconds. From turning my life upside down when I saw him. I didn't think much. I didn't think anything at all to me. Like it was just some fat old Asian bloke walking towards, jogging on to whenever was going on. Like I gave a fuck. But as he was coming closer and closer to me, I started to give a fuck. I'd never laid eyes on the geezer. But he was coming at me, gearing for a conversation about what. I didn't have a clue. He put out his hand, all polite and that. He knew my name. He wanted to extend the condolences. I thought he was taking the piss. "Who are you, mate? What do you want? Mate my dad?" "I don't think so, somehow." "Jog on. Do you not hear?" He then spends the next 60 seconds of my life coming out with some guff about us buying regular takeaways on the high street, the Bengal Tiger. We even sat down and ordered at a table every once in a while, birthdays and that. I mean, so what? Are we supposed to remember all our faces? Look, I don't mean nothing by this fella. My dad may have bought me more than a few lamb biryanis in his time, but what don't mean you have the right to say you and him were mates, I said, slightly riled up now. His head was beginning to pound. I'm surprised you don't remember me, he says with a deep sincerity, his large brown eyes looking hurt but resilient. It's not happening. It's never happened. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? You do. So why are you not moving then? He put his face to the ground as if it was just waiting for me to puff myself out. No way were you and my dad pals, I asked. I mean, how? Softly, he leaned his head to the side and asked, what do you mean, how? How, you know my dad? You know who he is? Do you have any idea what he says about you lot? His eyes shut on me and he prepared himself, straightening his head. No? I'm not sure why I didn't just pull my neck in, why I felt it was okay, why respect left me. Right, here you go. Don't say you weren't warned. What do you get when you cross a packy with a black geezer? A car thief who can't drive. That was one of his favourites. What, you still here? You want more? He took a deep breath in and looked about himself, as though checking if the coast was clear, but not for himself. It seems like he was out to protect me. Oh, you must be loving this, I said with my teeth chomping a bit. This'll make you stop, guaranteed. What do you call a Muslim who's drunk? Mohammed. They told us that on Xmas Day. But he was not perturbed one bit. Well, not that stupid racist cunt like me would say anyway. On your way now? He stood firm. Oh, what is your beef, eh? What's the strife here? I'm not Muslim, he said, watching every move with laser precision. You're not? My problem how? Yeah, well, whatever, mate. I have something for you. For me? What could you possibly have for me? He dug into his overstarched trouser pocket and pulled out front door keys. Well, he's got me there. I blinked widely at them. I felt a bead of sweat draw down my spine. To what, mate? You're not making any sense here. He looked at me, guilt-ridden. Now he was beginning to look all rattled. All that I said before, he hadn't touched him, but now, nervous tick in his hand, he began shifting his weight on each leg, uncomfortable. A room? I inquired with haste and trepidation. What bleeding room? Your dad's room. He might as well have punched me in the kidney because my legs started to buckle. Alright, Chief, we need to start making some sense to me, like right fucking now. Come. And with that, he strode off like a fucking tonto, his long hair blowing in the wind, chin raised with a righteous pose. I followed him, silent, my curiosity stifled with fear. And so, he took me to this room he had above the Indian restaurant. It didn't look all that from the outside, just some tatty tour, but the inside was about to change my fucking life. I had no idea at the time it would, but as soon as he used those keys he gave me, straight off I could smell him. I could smell my dad. I knew he'd been in there. There was a telly, a sofa, a fridge at the back, pint of milk there, half-eaten packet of chocolate hobnobs, his favourite. There weren't a carpet, but a rug. On it, some dainty dining table, fucking room. It was a flat. A crummy little bedsit, truth be told. All that was missing was a bed. Like he'd be laughing. There was a cassette player on the window with some of Dad's tapes. Rod Stewart, Squeeze, Oasis. Well, no argument now, what you do? He looked at me as though he was trying to stroke me. And though I could tell he was trying to be kind in this moment, I fucking hated him. It was like he suddenly had one over on me, as though he had the right to my dad's legacy, you know? You tell me right now what my dad was doing here. Nothing. He replied compassionately. Was it a woman? Did you fix him up with a brass or something? Nothing, no, nothing like that. No? Well, what was it then? Sometimes we just talked. Panic was setting in. I could feel my eye twitching, with my fist clenching, my blood pumping. Talked? What do you mean? What could the two of you? What did you talk about? Tell me. What did you say? What did you say? Tell me what you bloody talked about. Life, as people do, you know. The more decent he was, the more I wanted to punch him in the face. I mean, what is that? My name is Riz, by the way. Rizwan Murad. 55-year-old, father of 3. He sat down with the ease of familiarity. then ushered me to do the same. I stood uncomfortably. I've been running the Bengal Tiger for the last 25 years, and your father rented the plot for the stall from me. I suspect my wife was cheating on me with a cousin of mine. Your dad said to me, I didn't know Asian women had it in them to cheat on their husbands. He laughed, pleased with his take on my dad, when I sat because the fucker had him down for tea. Then he did that thing with his eyes again. But this time it was working on me. I could feel his kindness like a wool blanket on a cold night. He said to me, you want to see me like going to confession? Sold me white and pink lilies and 3 lady fingers and convinced me to stay with her. And we became friends. We are all people after all. He said, we do people things. It's not what he said, it was the way he said it. We do people things. It was deep, the way he put it, like you couldn't help but listen to his voice. There was a shelf in that flat as well, with books. Books! I never saw my dad read a book in his life. Yet there they were, loads of them. History books, history of Britain, going as far back as when the Romans were given it at large. The King James Bible, Milton's Paradise Lost, David Copperfield by Charles Dickens, Salman Rushdie, Satanic Verses, Crime and Punishment, Owen what? Owen fucking Jones! Chaps! The demonisation of the working classes. I can't! What the fuck is this about? Oi, my dad read all this? No, but he tried. He tried to, sometimes out loud, sometimes to me. To you! This is getting weirder and weirder than I thought. We disagreed a lot, but he said he was thinking more, understanding more, but was stuck. But he never said, wait a minute. Fear leapt in my throat like a nut jammed down your windpipe. Were these two at it or something? Did Dad like it up him? Is that what he was about to tell me? Riz, come on, tell me. My eyes betrayed me as a tear just fell down my cheek. I wiped it away quickly, hoping he wouldn't see it. No, cheeky. He answered, shaking his head furiously. Well, don't fuck for that. Now you tell me what was going on here, why my dad was here. Why was he reading these books? Why was he talking to you? What was he talking about? Life, Michael. That was the first time he'd said my name. What did he know? What had Dad said about me? Reluctantly I asked. What did he tell you about me? As much as he could. Off came the blanket. He wanted you to be a better man. His eyes went cold for a moment when he said it. He wanted to be a better man himself. He was lied to, just like you are being lied to. Lied to about what? Everything. So he would come here to know the truth, to be a better man. Maybe, he retorted. Listen, Riz, bloody, Wan, my dad, he had everything he needed. He just fell silent, like the end of an LP when you hear that crackle as the needle plays nothing. Just going round and round, playing nothing. This is bollocks, I thought. This is just total bollocks. When exactly did he find time to hang out here, to read and chat with you? Oh, I must be fucking losing my... Every other Saturday he would leave your house at 3 a.m. to give himself time to drive to the wholesalers and buy flowers before 4 a.m, yes? Yeah? Your father did not set up his stall until 7:30. He gave himself a 3-hour window to be here. Why though? Why was he here? My voice cracking with pain. Your father was a confused man, a lonely man, much like his country. His country? You're talking about England, right? My country. Yes, Michael, I'm talking about England, your country. Talking bollocks is what you're doing. My dad weren't lonely. He had friends who would lay down in traffic for him. He had family. And yet he was still lonely. He was worried what he had no space in his life to grow, change, worried that you wouldn't either. He said that about me. All the time. Spoke about your mother as well, and your sisters, but mostly you. What the fuck is he worried about me for? I managed that sentence with no sense of irony too. Michael, I was at the funeral. I stood at the back. I heard every word you said. Fuck off! Just fuck off, Gandhi, alright? I said fuck off! Fuck off! He just sat there like a self-righteous pig, was just sitting there, pulling my life apart like it did not mean anything to him, just sitting there. I own this room, Michael. Why should I leave? Yeah, he's got me there. Your father needed help, Michael. Your help? No, just help. What kind of help? We all need people to... You know nothing about me, mate. I know what I have said. I was drunk. No, you were rat-arsed, he said knowingly. You enjoy that, Rizwan? Not for a moment, Michael. You lost a father, I lost a friend. Yeah, terrific fucking catastrophe, the both of us. But what am I supposed to do now? Come here every other Saturday and read books as well? Talk to you? That is up to you. Or you could listen to your father. Oh, really? And now there is a way of me doing that, do you? And you know there is a way of me doing that, do you, Einstein? And without a word, or missing a beat, he just takes out his mobile, puts it on the table, presses play. You can give that back on your way out. Michael, I have never been able to say this to you, to your face. Too bleeding scared, truth be told. I bet you could never imagine that. Me being scared of you, my own boy. Well, I was. I mean, I am. I am letting my new mate, Rizwan, here, record all of this on his phone. He reckons it will help. Fuck knows how. This is stupid. Come on, keep going. Thing is, according to the doctors, there's a problem with my old ticker. My heart could give out at any second if I don't get treatment. Talk about drama. I mean, what do they know? More than you, stupid cunt. You've seen how hard I graft on the stool, morning, noon and night. That's me. I won't find many blokes my age as fit as me, that's for sure. My heart was fine, made of Teflon. Fucking doctors. Any excuse to get you under the knife, they take it. Alan, come on. Alright, now. Thing is, my gran always used to say, better safe, darling. So here's the main thing. What I wanted to tell you. I want you to know. I'm sorry for everything I didn't teach you. Everything that I should have taught you about your Englishness, your roots, your heritage, and that. But I tried, to be me. As much as I could show you instead of telling you. I did that for you. Not that you should follow me, but that you should be better than me. That you should do better than me. But they probably won't tell you that. The powers that be, they'll fight you. They want to keep you down, stay down. They won't never think much of you, except when they want your vote, that is. You gotta fight them back, boy. With everything you have. You gotta show meaning. Don't let them walk all over you. I've been so wrong about so many things. I'm not listening to this. I don't think immigrants are to blame. Eh? It's the powers that have something to answer for. Shut up! They're selling out our country right from under us. Jesus, Dad. What I am, what's left of England now, it's all for you, except the stool. My beloved stool. You can keep your fucking mitts off that. That's coming with me. They're fucking burying that with me. I mean, the country, the world, it's yours. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, in your life, no matter how small it is, make it different, make a difference. It's like what Tom Hanks says to Matt Damon at the end of Saving Private Ryan. The scene on the bridge when he goes, earn this, earn that. Alan? Yes, alright. I love you, boy. I truly love you. Oh, and I'm joking, obviously, about the store. Do what you with that, no pressure. There you go, Riz, you happy now? Gonna crack a smile at last? Well done, my friend. Fuck's sake. Waste of time, this. I'll tell him one day. I'll tell him myself. Find the right moment and tell him. Yeah, you all cunt. I love you too. Then I saw it shining in the corner of the room, closed but so inviting. I stared at it, realising that this could be the most honest thing about him. It panicked me. I looked around the room, even though I knew I was alone. My tears dried up immediately. It was a laptop in his secret pad, on his secret table, a secret laptop. I stood, but still made no steps towards it. See, he had a desktop at home, so this one was a secret. And why, I wondered? I mean, they're not cheap, right? It was Apple. I knew in that. Good money that cost. So why is it a secret? Show a man's Google search history and it'll tell you, and it'll show you the man. Shit. I found myself walking towards it, picking it up and opening it. There was a load of shit on the desktop, like he'd never had a folder. I began to click. First, a picture of Bin Laden, dead. Click, a photo of Kylie Minogue, as naked as she could be, without calling it porn. Click, then porn, some girl, well, young woman, thin, with false breasts popping out of her skin like, oh, Dad. I closed the computer. I felt sick to my core, but I opened it in. Click a song, Pavo fucking Rotti. Click, Trump. Trump? Pictures of Donald Trump? Like, loads of them. He said he respected his honesty, if you can call it that. More like his honest dishonesty. What's that called? Click. More porn. Young girls doing click. Oswald Mosley interview. Click. Arse, fannies, cock. Click. Steve Bannon speech. Click. Love Island shock sex tape. Click, click, click. Is that what you want from me, Dad? Is that what you wanted me to learn? You noticed I hadn't looked at his Google search. I pondered it for a long while. Did I want to know, really? Because I knew it would be worse than what he'd saved. I knew, you know. Did I want the unfiltered truth of my dad? Could I bear that image of him forever? What guilt would I have to carry if I knew the truth? What guilt would I have to bury it if I already knew what he had sanctioned, I'd benefited from? Already I was reeling, needing answers that could not be answered. What trauma could I cause myself if I really looked into what he was, what he wanted to see, find out, embrace? I sat there questioning how these images of women had been allowed to him so easily. Suddenly he was the fucking victim of the internet. Madness. I switched him to the victim. Not these poor girls. God knows how they ended up in these fucking pictures, on these links. How they'd been coerced into this shit. How we'd come to make it okay for these girls to sell themselves, market themselves, commodify themselves like baked fucking beans for men to enjoy and spit out for me to enjoy. Because I watched too. Obsessed with it. But I still thought, poor fucking Dad. That he came to rid himself of. What? Define what? To be what? It made me angry, but I knew I wasn't going to search the history because I knew it would be worth. I knew I was too weak to face my dad's truth, too weak to own my own heritage, too weak to admit what I embodied, too weak. Daddy! It was like a fight was going on inside his head, and he couldn't tell us. He couldn't tell me. Embarrassed. What was so wrong with being honest? Really honest? What is so shameful about being a victim of it all? About wanting to know more, wanting to be more? We all do. It's how people live, innit? It's how we go on. It's how we all go on as people. People by learning, by understanding. As a people, this is how... What is the problem? Why couldn't you tell me? Part 5! Woohoo! The plan was, after the service, we'd all go to the hall for a bite to eat after my shenanigans. I thought that was well and truly fucked up after what I'd just seen. I just kept on walking. Don't ask me for how long. I didn't think there'd be anybody there at that hall, in fact. I was hoping there wouldn't be. But there she was, Delroy's mum, getting the tables ready, putting foil over the plates of Jamaican patties she'd made especially for us. Delroy's mum don't do funerals on the account that she lost her dad, mum, one brother and her cousins all within 18 months a few years back. I mean, that's bound to put someone off churches forever. I saw her and I knew she clocked me. Oh, and that scowling face of hers. She obviously must have heard what happened. All she could do is suck her teeth in real loud and look away. She didn't even say anything when I swiped one of her patties from under the foil nearest to me. She sucked her teeth, looked away and muttered under her breath, quietly, but loud enough for me to hear, "Idiot." The same look, swear to God, she had when Delroy nicked the school sign when we were kids. Her patties are still hot, I don't know what. Too many peppers or something. But regardless, you just want to finish it all up. It was when she was clocking me after trying to reach for another one that she lost her shit at me. The complete verbal it was, full package. What was you thinking? Typical white boy foolishness. Well, I don't want to do that accent. What was you thinking? Typical white boy foolishness. Her words peppered me like a machine gun. All of that and more, she yelled. I used to watch her lay into Delroy when we were kids. Delroy would just stand there, not just say a word, like he couldn't get a word in edgeways anyhow. What do you think is coming out, wild boy? You're having a laugh, youngster. Don't even think about bringing that shit home to me. You're mad. Delroy just took it, crying like a bitch, nodding his head, and so was I. She laid it out to me. You come just like your papa. You talk before you think. Why you English boy like to drink so? How you drink so much? How did someone at school take your boys aside and teach you how to do it? Answer me now. After a while it was just noise. The trick is to keep looking at her face like you're listening. Delroy taught me that one. Not that I wasn't sorry for what I'd said and done. Of course I was, but Delroy's mum losing her shit like that always makes me laugh. Like, when she nearly got kicked out of the country last year. Can you believe that? She lived it all her life. And some twat in the government decides she ain't British. Luckily it got sorted because I'm telling you, no lie, I would have stood with Delroy's mum. Stood! When all of that was kicking off. Delroy asked me if I think the old man would have stood with his mum as well. I don't know. I hope so. But he's dead. I'm not. I think he would have liked me standing up for something. I think he would have like that. You could have had a pin drop when Mum, Carly and the rest of our mob stepped in. Everyone else was watching us like it was a bleeding tennis match or something. First Mum, then me, then back to Mum. All waiting to see who served. Fuck it, I thought. Just get it out of the way. I think I only made it as far as the word Mum was about to leave my lips when I felt the full force of her backhand landing right across my cheek. Fuck, that hurt. I didn't mind saying. I felt the back of Dad's hand a few times in my life, but Mum's slap was something else. It was premium. I suppose that was the point. Anything the old man could do, etc., etc. She didn't want to hear my apology. She didn't want to know anything about it. She just snarled at me like she does. Why don't you find some fucking courage? Courage. Courage, she says. Yeah, Mum, I'll find some fucking courage. I'll find the courage to tell you about Dad and his little home, away from us, away from you. Break your bleeding heart, yeah? Yeah, that'll take some courage, won't it? It's what I wanted to say, but I didn't. Not that I didn't have the courage, more like. I had the courage not to say anything. She maybe knows about the room already. Did I leave her a message that she kept her mouth shut about it? I didn't take the chance, it weren't worth it. I'd seen enough of Mum crying to last me a lifetime, and where there is Mum, Carly, my darling little sister, weren't too far behind. She was marching right up to me, she had her face on, like she was ready to about dig me out good and proper. And I was ready. I knew exactly what I wanted to say to her. Carly, before you start, there is something I need to say to you. Something really important. You see Delroy over there? That big, good-looking black bloke scowling his face up by the door, who looks like he wants my face all over his fist again. Do me a favour, will you please? Take him by the hand right now, take him back to your flat right now, or his flat right now, or that hotel room the two of you had him back for your dirty weekends. It don't matter. Just take him back, and will you please, in the name of Lace and Orient, football, fuck his brains out. You what? I said fuck his brains out, Carly, like right now. And don't just do it tonight. I want you to be fucking his brains out tomorrow night, and the night after that, and the night after that, and in fact, fuck his brains out for the rest of your life. And don't just fuck him either. I want you to caress him. I want you to kiss him. I want both of you to be waking up in each other's arms for the rest of your natural. Carly, you know you want to. You know he wants to. So in the words of Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air himself, get jiggy wild it. Carly, please, just for once, trust your brother on this one. Oh, fuck what Dad used to say. Fuck what he used to say. Dad's dead. He's dead, Carly. And believe me, he's no right to tell you how to live. He can't tell you what to do anymore. He can't tell any of us. And fuck Andy too. Everybody hates him, including you. They're always proper. He's all he has been. And he's mad for you, sis. We need to find our way now. From the corner of my eye, I could see Mum watching me. From the corner of her eye, wondering, of course, what the hell I was going to do next. I think the other side of the world must have heard Mum's jaw drop to the floor when Carly marched right up to Delroy, grabbed his head with both hands and gave us the longest, sloppiest, wet kiss of all time. Even Delroy's mum didn't know where to look. Mum was giving me one of the evilest stares. She wanted to say something. She had plenty to say, like, she wouldn't even dare with Delroy's mum standing right next to her. Does she not get tired? I stared back at her, wondering if maybe she had a room of her own somewhere. So, Carly and Delroy loved up. Mum is chomping down on another one of Delroy's mum's hot patties. A right royal crowded house for the old man. He was missed. He was loved, but I couldn't help myself. The day needed something more. Well, something not spoiled by me. A finale. I waited and waited. Mum had been trying to give up ciggies for months now. I just knew she couldn't resist the urge to pop outside. As soon as I did, I saw the urn lying on the table. That was my chance. I was Jason, and that urn was my golden fleece. It's coming with me. As I dashed out, I made a point of showing I had it to everyone. No point in everyone fretting. She knew where I was going. If anyone wanted to come, they only had to follow. Getting in the ground was no problem. One of Dad's mates was a grounder. Well, he was a mate of his proper wanker. Going on and on about not stepping on the grass, like he was finished mowing, bleeding, moaning more like. We stood there, centre of the pitch, like we're ready for a kick-off. It seemed appropriate. Mum said her bit, gone but never forgotten, with the stateliness of a queen. Carly just wept loudly, and I hold the urn up. A Fletcher is dead. Long live the Fletchers. Blackout. Okay, that was long, and my face hurts, my throat hurts, and it was probably better with a better casting. This is a good play, but it is not for me. It's for it's definitely a male. That's the first thing, a man, and a more working class background. And also, I was a bit uncomfortable with some of like the racial language. I think I'm pretty, I don't know, sensitive about that. And just, you know, fucking Corbyn, Tories, Brexit, Donald Trump, like, I think it's one for me to sit in the audience, and I would love to see this live, but it is not. It's not, no. Well, at least I know that now, and we've only got like 10 more plays to read until the deadline, so I don't actually have any more monologue plays to read, so this might be the last one of these weird videos where I just shout in my bedroom. If it was, see you later, nice knowing you. If it's not, I will see you for the next one. Bye!